Your dog has been acting strange for 2 weeks. Not sick, not hurt, just different. She follows you from room to room now. She never used to do that. She sleeps with her head pressed directly against your stomach. She sniffs you constantly. Not the casual sniff of greeting, but something more deliberate, something investigative. You've been brushing it off. Dogs do strange things. She's probably just being clingy. But then you take a pregnancy test, and it's positive, and suddenly the timeline doesn't make sense, because she started acting strange before you knew, before you had any symptoms, before the test could have possibly told you anything. She knew. And now you're standing in the bathroom holding a positive test, looking at your dog and asking a question that feels absurd and obvious at the same time. Did she actually know? The answer, according to veterinary researchers, reproductive endocrinologists, and animal behaviorists, is not only that she knew, it's that she was waiting for you to catch up. Every video we've done in this series has involved an animal detecting something going wrong. Stress, deception, illness, dying. This is different. Pregnancy is not a breakdown signal. It is a building signal, and the chemical signature is unlike anything else the human body produces. Within days of conception, before a missed period, 2 weeks before a home test can register a line, your chemistry is already changing. Your body begins producing a hormone called HCG, Human Chorionic Gonadotropin. This hormone does not exist in a non-pregnant body. It is not a version of something else. It is not an elevated stress hormone. It is entirely new, an entirely new molecule entering your bloodstream, doubling approximately every 48 hours in early pregnancy. Your dog's nose contains 300 million scent receptors, compared to our meager 6 million. The part of their brain dedicated to analyzing smell is proportionally 40 times larger than yours. They can smell cancer. They can smell blood sugar changes before a diabetic goes into crisis. A brand new molecule, doubling every 2 days in the body of a person they have spent years cataloging at a molecular level. The idea that they wouldn't notice requires far more explanation than the idea that they would. But chemical changes are only the first layer. Pregnancy immediately alters your basal body temperature, the temperature your body holds at rest. It rises consistently by approximately 0.4 to 0.8 degrees Fahrenheit above your normal baseline. This is what pharmaceutical thermometers measure when tracking fertility. But thermometers are simply measuring what animals already feel. Cats in particular are extraordinarily sensitive to temperature. Their ability to seek out the warmest available surface in their environment operates with a precision that exceeds most consumer sensors. The accuracy of a cat's temperature preference is measured in fractions of a degree. A fraction of a degree. That's what separates you from your normal self, and that's enough. When a cat suddenly shifts its routine to press tightly against your belly, it isn't just a random burst of affection, it is tracking a shifting thermal landscape, identifying the newest, warmest place in its environment and following it. By 6 weeks of pregnancy, there is a second heartbeat in the room. It is entirely microscopic, muffled by layers of muscle, the uterine wall, and amniotic fluid. It is not audible to you, and doctors require specialized ultrasound transducers to bounce high-frequency sound waves off the tiny valves just to amplify it. But fetal cardiac activity registers a rapid rate of between 90 and 110 beats per minute. And dogs possess an auditory range that extends far into frequencies humans cannot access, between 40 Hz and 65,000 Hz. When a dog is resting directly on your lap, pressed tightly against your abdomen week after week, they aren't just sleeping, they are receiving a massive influx of tactile and acoustic data. Over the weeks, they begin building a model of it, learning its rhythm, registering that it is separate from your own heartbeat, smaller, faster, distinct. There are 2 heartbeats in this body. Your dog has been tracking that rhythm since week 6. You find out at week 8 at the ultrasound when the technician finally shows you what your dog has been listening to for 14 days. Here's the part that should fundamentally change how you look at your pet. To detect pregnancy in a human, an animal does not need to understand the concept of reproduction. It doesn't need to know what a baby is or what 9 months means. It needs something far more profound. It needs to know you, specifically, individually, at a level of detail so absolute that it instantly flags when your baseline profile has shifted. This requires what cognitive scientists call a stored neurological representation, a continuously updated model of who you are, how you smell, how you move, how you sound, how you react. In a 2014 study documenting animal behavior during pregnancy, 60% of owners reported significant behavioral shifts in their pets before the pregnancy was externally visible. They noted a transition into vigilance proximity, a specific type of closeness where the animal positions itself between the owner and doors or strangers. They don't need the word pregnant. They just know that the person who is their entire world is suddenly different, and different means they must guard you. Nala was a rescue greyhound. She had lived with her owner, a woman named Sarah, for 4 years. Greyhounds are not traditionally known for being clingy. They are independent, quiet dogs, often described as cat-like in temperament. Nala slept at the foot of the bed, never on it. In 4 years, Nala had never once climbed up to sleep next to Sarah. On a Tuesday night in November, Sarah went to bed as usual. At some point in the early morning hours, Nala did something unprecedented. She climbed up the mattress and pressed the entire weight of her body against Sarah's side, specifically right against the left side of her abdomen. Sarah assumed Nala was just cold. She gently coaxed her back down to the foot of the bed. Nala returned. 3 times that night she climbed back up, persistently, pressing against the exact same location on Sarah's stomach. Sarah took a pregnancy test the following Saturday. Positive. She was only 3 weeks pregnant. She hadn't missed a period yet. She had absolutely no physical symptoms. What she had was an animal who had spent 4 years memorizing the exact chemical, thermal, and acoustic signature of her body. An animal that detected something incredibly small, something new, right on the left side, that needed to be stayed close to. Sarah said later, "I thought she just wanted warmth, but she wasn't cold. She already knew who was there. She just wanted to be near them." Long before the medical technology confirms it, the creatures sharing our homes are already adjusting to the shift. They perceive us fully, deeply, and unconditionally. And when you finally bring that new life home, remember, to you, it's a first introduction. To your pet, it's a reunion with a heartbeat they've been watching over for months.